and welcome to Sequingirlie Creates. I've had the hashtag Sequingirlie for a really long time and I felt it was time to do a vlog slash video, excuse me, adjusting myself, about the things that I get up to. You may have already seen me on Instagram. If not, I'd love it if you gave me a follow. And guess what? I'm Sequingirlie on Instagram as well. And that's how you can find me in most locations. Welcome to my first ever vlog. The aim is to show you things that I'm making, share ideas with you. There will be a lot of sewing, but there'll also be painting. There'll be other crafting things as well. I'm not into knitting or crocheting yet, but who knows? I've been watching a lot of great blogs. Today will be kind of a Friday sews kind of one with a little bit of a haul and a bit of an intro, and we'll build up from there. But lovely to have you here. I'd love to say welcome subscribers, but I don't have any yet. I'd love it if you could subscribe. I'm aiming to post at least once a week, maybe more, but I know how tricky life can get sometimes and the time it takes to do these. I'd like to thank all the amazing vloggers out there already in the sewing and crafting community who've inspired me to do this, and over the time I'll share with you some of my favourite vloggers. Today, just be a short one just to get started and then we'll go from there. Do drop comments in. I will try and put links in for shops, etc. that I've got things from. But let's start today with what I'm wearing. And thank you to the baker that sews. She inspired me to do this and share with you. This is a jumper that I made based on the Tilly and the Buttons stretch book, and it's the Stella jumper and joggers. I bought this fabric from by Gazzalia, and it's amazing the pattern range that they've got. I bought enough, I thought, to do something productive with, and I did make some joggers which are here, and I actually used from the selvage edge, the pattern that was on the selvage edge, to create like a piping down the edge. I will put a picture in, it'll be here or here, I'm not sure which one, of me in the full outfit. I'd like to take a moment for these cuffs, which I found on the same website as the fabric, which I will pop in the details below. The Stella joggers are brilliant because they have these pockets like this so that it doesn't bag or weight down too much. I didn't go for the drawstring at the front because I didn't feel I needed them. I actually went for quite thick elastic on these, and I did put in I've had the same jeans on for X days now, and I think these might be from Stitch and Ink, but I will try and check. They were a Christmas present. So I made the joggers and then I wanted a jumper to go with it. But I was a little bit nervous. You can see I used the same cuffs on the jumper and I was worried I wouldn't have enough fabric. And so I thought I could do a bit of colour blocking, which is here and on the cuffs at the bottom. And so I was like, what do I do? What do I do? And I went to one of my local charity shops and found a red roll neck in this amazing red jersey that was reduced to like £1.99. I thought I could use that to piece in. So I put a band in the arm sleeve, which reduced the amount of fabric needed on the arms, because we know that arms are really the fabric hungry part. And then just across the front, almost like a little bit of a yoke here. And I used it for ribbing on the bottom. I did the collar in the same fabric because I felt that there was enough red. And this is how it turned out, and I'm really happy. I'm pretty sure I put a label in as well down one of the sides. Yep, there it is, a little label there, and this one is a Hey Sew Sister label, which makes me think the other one is, and it says you look lovely. This is one of the very first makes I've made this year in 2023 since taking up sewing again, and I'm absolutely delighted with how it turns out, and it's a very me. As you can see, the earrings I'm wearing, I love colour. So when I think about the Tilly and the Buttons Stella jogger and jumper changes I made, I tapered in the sleeve on the pattern. I'm very happy with the length, but I've got quite short arms because I'm only 5'2", so I shortened the length and tapered them so they were more fitted. I didn't lengthen because I put a band in at the bottom. On the joggers, I shortened them about 2 or 3 inches because, again, because of my height, they were far too long, and omitted the drawstring. But apart from that, stayed true to pattern. I sewed sort of between a size 4 and size 5. I think because they're meant to be oversized, if I'd done everything a size 5, it would have been quite loose fitting, which I think the style is, but for me I wanted a slightly more fitted feel, so I sort of graded between a 4 and a 5. I was slightly less generous on my seam allowances where I'd done a size 4. That's been one of my first ever makes, and I've got lots more planned. I'm really loving sewing with a stretch jersey. Many years ago my mum bought me a serger, and it's really getting a lot of action right now because the speed of which you can stitch up when you use a serger for jersey is fantastic, and I'm beginning to realise that I need different colour threads as well, because obviously with this the inside is white, so it's fine to use the white on the serger. But I've just sewn something up and massively regretted that it was white serging fabric, so just needing to branch out into getting some other colour threads for it. But I'm a big tick sold on the serger. Other things right now I'm sewing, I'm on a patina blouse by the Friday Pattern Company, and I'm enjoying that, and already got lots of other ideas for that, so I'll be able to share that with you soon. And right now my brain is whirring. I got this fantastic, I think it was described as a viscose, but to me this is like a viscose jersey. It's really drapey, it's super soft, like those lovely summer dresses you can often buy in the shops in the summer, which is, it is a little bit see-through, like you can, if I sort of hold it up you can sort of see, I don't know if you can, but it feels a little bit see-through when I look through it. It's washed, so excuse the fact that it's creased. It literally went in the wash within an hour of it arriving. I've got 3 meters. It is gorgeous. I need to sew something for the summer with this, and I'm really trying to think about what. It's not got a huge amount of structure to it, so it wouldn't be something that could hold up without interfacing to sort of buttons or something like that. I know a gathered skirt would be super soft in it, but it's what I do for the top. Do I do it as a separate top to make like a cord, or do I make a dress? So I'm doing a lot of thinking about what to do with this. If you've got any ideas, I'd love to hear them. I just love this colourway in the pattern, and I can't wait for, hopefully, if we get some lovely hot sunny days, putting on this, it'd be really cool and floaty. And so I just need to choose the right pattern. I've got a lot of patterns, but I'm not sure which one's the right one. I haven't yet put a zip in up the back of a dress, so I would have to make a toil if I did that. And I am now in the I will toil first phase. Before I made these joggers in this fabric, I did make some practice ones. I can't find them right now, but I made them in a cheap jersey because I'd never made it before. It was a good while since I'd used my serger, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't ruin this gorgeous fabric. So yes, another tick is using fabric I've already got, or cheaper fabric I've got, like I bought from charity shops or something, to make a toil. So this fabric here, if it's a new pattern to me, which is a high chance it will be, happy to make a toil, even if it's just at the top, to practice. But I'd love your ideas on what to do with this. Next is some things that I got. Now this is from, sorry if I'm not sure if I said Rainbow Fabrics. I know lots of you love Rainbow Fabrics. I'm really enjoying their releases at the moment of like sets. So I think it was yesterday they released Nobody's Child dead stock. I have to not look because it's just impossible to. So next is a little parcel from Little F, influenced by The Baker That Sews, the Myosotis dress by Deer and Doe. Whenever she sews it, she often puts poppers down the front, and I think a lot of people agree, and I know Sofa Serenity said in her vlog this week, buttonholes can be so touch and go, and she was saying unpicking a buttonhole is just the worst, and I found that too, and I haven't done many yet, and I'm about doing some more. So when I saw that Liz at the Baker That Sews was talking about these poppers, I thought I'd have a little investigate. So I got one of these pliers that's for the poppers and fasteners. I didn't really want the pink, but that's what came. And there's that, so that's the Prim one. Well, in here somewhere are the coloured poppers. Here they are. So then there's lots of colours of the poppers to do. So I'm very keen to have a try at doing those. And I don't know about the rest of you, but you go for one thing and find some others. This was in the sale. It's this lovely ribbing that we're seeing down all the trouser legs, like those amazing wide leg sort of jogger trouser legs in M&S, which I've got several pairs of. This was reduced loads and it's fantastic. So I can definitely see that on like a bomber or a pair of trousers. Who wouldn't love some rainbow pom-pom? In another style. And as I was mentioning earlier with serges, so I went for this sort of like pastel rainbow variation. Let me bring that up close for you, because I thought this would be a bit kinder than a hard white when I'm using other colours, and I don't want the white standing out. And I got 4 because of the 4 things. And then this was in the sale. This is this folded elastic that I think you need for making knickers. Again, I've been seeing lots of people using their jersey scraps to make knickers, and I felt like I'd want to give it a try. And this was in the sale, lovely and stretchy. I went for this sort of sagey green, and stretch bias binding. Got a little stretch to it. Not seen that before either. And who wouldn't resist some leopard bias binding? Here we go, some leopard, and I can just see that looking fantastic on the inside of like a striped top or something like that. Oh, I don't think I can get that off, but that would be brilliant for just creating like a nice contrast when you don't have the exact colour. And sometimes like, oh, what do I do? And don't want like every colour under the sun in bias binding, and I haven't yet made my own. Massive respect, I know that there's a lot of people that do. I'll build up to that, but yes, so a nice bit of like the leopard bias binding there. So that's it for shopping for this week. And things I'm doing right now is, as I mentioned, finishing a patina blouse, which I'll show you soon, and trying to take part in some of the challenges that are happening right now. I will put details in the info below, but there's the challenge on the Sew Recreate. I hope it's still going on, because this weekend I've been having a go at recreating a t-shirt for my stepdaughter out of a t-shirt she really likes, using some jersey fabric. So hopefully I can do that. And then Sew for Serenity, and I can't remember who's doing it with her, but they've got the Selfless Sew for April as well. So trying to sew up some things for some other people, maybe a pair of joggers for my stepdaughter, something like that. So just going through what I've got. I have been working on my Make 9. I will do a separate video for my Make 9, because I'll share the fabric and the ideas I have for all 9 and my progress on where I've got to. One of those is a jersey fabric, funnily enough, from the Tilly and the Button stretch book. So I will put that together. So there's a separate one where I'll share my Make 9 plans, and I'll also share my Make 9 progress, because I did make my plans in January like everybody else did, and I'll catch you up on where I've got to. And I'm just waiting for the sun to shine as well. I've got some fabric that I've bought sort of in the new year that I really like to wash, and I love to hang it out on the line to dry, because it dries so quickly very often, particularly the cotton when it's big flat sheets blowing in the wind. And I'd like it if we didn't just keep having these days where it's sunny for a bit, threatens to rain for a bit, and I'd really like it if I could just have a bit of consistency to get some dry, because then when I'm in the mood to sew it, I haven't got to wash it first. I am going to try and get in the habit of washing it as soon as it arrives. I know I think Devon Thread Tails, she always washes hers as soon as it arrives and then folds it ready to put away, which I think is brilliant. But I'm now in a backlog, so I've got to try and clear the backlog, and then perhaps I can get to that. Welcome to my channel. I hope you've enjoyed the first little taste of what I'm up to, and love it if you would subscribe and look out below, because I'll try and put links to places like the shops and the bits I've talked about. The fabric goes so quickly that often it's not available anymore. I'll try, but I can't always remember what it's called, but I will try to find it for you. Pop over to Instagram, you'll find me on there as well, where I share photos of my makes, but also photos of just my everyday outfits. I love colour, I love thrifting and charity shops and refashioning, so look out because there's lots to come. Have a great week.